All right, this is Ben Givan representing GG Media, and I am joined by one of Irish wrestling's legends, one of the biggest veterans on the scene. It is Justy. Justy, how are you doing?
Thank you for having me, Ben.
Best friends, us two. So I've got a question for you to start things off with.
Go ahead, Ben.
Something very important to every wrestler on the scene right now, and something you are no stranger to is social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter, posting updates. So you have a lot of experience with social media, getting yourself over on social media and getting yourself in trouble on social media. So what advice would you have for others who want to use it as a platform? Where do they draw the balance between working in character and crossing certain lines while working Twitter, and just generally using it to further storylines, further their character? How would you go about that?
I started off using Twitter fully in character, and I was heel, and it's a lot of fun, but you find that some fans can't blur the lines. Like they look at you as like, he's on social media saying that, so then that's his opinion and that's the things he says. So since having a podcast, the Spandex Pantomime with Justy, by the way, available at patreon.com/#lowblows.
Showing on our show.
Yep. Yeah, since I've started doing the podcast and stuff, and I'm working in a lot more places. I'm face some places, I'm heel some places. So I now still advertise all my matches, and I'll talk about them as if I'm looking forward to them and I'm very excited about them, but I won't really be in character for everything, because when I'm trying to do stuff serious in a non-wrestling capacity, some people will look at me in character and be like, I am not endorsing this message at all, especially with some of the stuff I say to fans like this. Yeah. But you can get, like, I didn't get in trouble for stuff I did in character. I got in trouble for like addressing a fan that was just spreading rumors about me and stuff, which was a really foolish thing to do. But I saw red, and I went for it. And then that's, don't do that if you're an aspiring wrestler. That's the advice I'll give you. Don't do what Justy does.
Sound advice in all categories.
Not just on social media.
But you've had a long enough career so far, and you've had a lot of names over that career. You've been Just in Shape. You've been Justin Bread.
Yes,
that was another one.
Yeah,
a lot of pun names, a lot of name changes. What have been your favorite names to use as a character, and which ones do you wish you could use in the future?
I can use them all in the future. That's the greatest thing. Like, when you've got a Justin name, and people like puns, so they'll just keep coming in with like, hey, have you been just in time yet? And
just incredible.
Yeah, everybody comes up with their, and I'm like, you do realize that I've seen every one of them. So like, you're not giving me anything new. Because I'm just Justy now. I've rebranded. I probably won't be dipping into some Justin names like anytime in the next few months. But I had some really good ideas for stuff, and like even just once-off things. Like I've been just in France, and I just dressed up as a stereotypical Frenchman, and they hated me.
That's brilliant.
It's not even clever. Well, I really enjoyed Justin Shape, the whole gimmick. Like, that's why I kept him for so long. Justin Bread as well. Started off a little bit dodgy, but he just became an ignorant culchie from like the backwoods of Ireland. And yeah, it's fun, but it's more of a general kind of a gimmick. So like, if you get something specific like Just in Shape or Just in France, it's a lot more fun because you can work with stereotypes and stuff. But like, I'm looking into maybe at some stage in the future bringing back some Justin stuff and having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah. And maybe the in-ring return of Gun Barrel Farrell.
Gun Barrel Farrell, I want to point out one thing about Gun Barrel Farrell. He had an awesome debut. My catchphrase was baboof.
Baboof.
Yeah, I did this. Chuck, chuck, baboof. And it was so much fun. And the next time I did it was for a different company, and the promoter was like, I don't get it. And I was like, I just pretend to shoot fake guns a lot. Like I'll go baboof, 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 and then they're like, yeah, we don't get all this gun stuff. I was like, it's nothing. It's just something to do.
I mean, shooting fake guns, never going to get over. There's not going to be any club for that.
Yeah. I actually invented the Bullet Club, and I don't think I'm getting enough.
Well, speaking of the Bullet Club.
Wow, great segue.
Yeah, amazing segue. You were trained by the innovator of the Bullet Club, along with Paul Tracy, another Irish veteran. So 2 greats, all-time greats, trained you.
Yeah.
What advice that you got from them has like stuck with you over the last 15 years?
There's advice like that I didn't stick with. Like Paul Tracy would tell me to shut up a lot. He'd be like, stop talking so much. People can hear you. You're not saying the right things in front of these people. Shut up. And I didn't. So that's advice I should have taken. But yeah, like advice, it's the same advice you get from everyone. I still get help and advice off of the lads to this day. Like, so like we see, like in wrestling, you're always learning. That's what they say. If you think you know everything, then you know nothing, and you should fuck off. But now, like every now and again with Fergal, I'll shoot a couple of messages back to ask him for some advice, and he's always willing to give it. Same with Paul as well. If you're ever sitting down having a chat with Paul, you're just learning. Like it's all the time. They're consummate professionals, and they're teachers of the game, and the rest of us are just students.
Well said. I don't have a good segue for this one, but I just want it on film. Justy, what is your favorite Heidenreich story?
This is just because we mentioned.
Yeah, I want it committed to film.
I don't like, just so we don't like. I don't want to, because he's a big dude and he's super aggressive with me.
You think you'll be watching several times?
I don't know, because you're going to tag him in this. Of course you're going to do it.
I am going to add him. Yeah. Send it in his DMs.
Mostly, John was a lovely fella. But coming to the end of one of the tours that we were doing, everybody was a little bit tired. You know, people are getting rubbed up off of other people the wrong way. And one day, John was like, "Hey, you want to see my movie?" And there was a few of us there. And see, like, you have to understand that you could be walking by a room, and Heidenreich would be in that room, playing with action figures and having full blown, like,
really,
yeah. But the guy had like PTSD, and he was proper, you know, he was wired a different way. And well, he showed me the movie, and we were watching it, and there's a really good scene. Like, it's not his movie, but he was just showing us the scene that he was in. It was in like a laundrette, and he ends up in a fight scene with one of the guys. I think it was a Chinese movie maybe, and he's in a really good fight scene. There's fucking washing machines everywhere. They've done some really cool stuff with that. And in the end, he was like, "What do you think of my movie?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool, yeah, really cool." I was tired, like, you know, I didn't have all that enthusiasm. And he's like, "You don't care about my movie? Fuck you! You don't care about my movie?" And I was like, "Sorry, man. Like, what do you want me to do?" And like, he started going off, and he was throwing chairs and stuff around the place, like. And I got hot as well, and I was at that stage willing to fight Heidenreich. And yeah, Scotty Totty talked everyone down, I think, but he got really aggressive, and he would have kicked the fuck out of me for not liking his Chinese movie.
Yeah, that's a scary situation.
Yeah. Fun though.
Yeah, now you know how Michael Cole feels. So one of the biggest incidents in your entire career is when you broke your neck.
Yeah.
A severe injury very early on into your career.
Yeah, it was less than a year.
And you've since, adjusted your style completely into a more comedy focus. When you started out, did you expect to have this much of a career as a comedy guy?
No, I by this stage, I thought I'd be main event in WrestleMania. When I was 15, I was like, yeah, WrestleMania 30, that's the one I could main event. I was like, yeah, I could be in there for a couple of years.
There was a bearded guy in that. So.
Yeah, wasn't me though.
He was rapping you. He did it for you.
Yeah, well, where were we going with this WrestleMania thing? I don't know. What was the question?
Adjusting your style in the comedy.
The comedy stuff. See, the thing, I was always kind of, I first got booked because I was a little bit funny. In training matches, me and Danny, Danny Butler would tag together, and I'd be on the apron just shouting all sorts of things like, and it cracked up the guys a bit, and they were like, yeah, we'll give him a run and put him in a match. And since then, I've always had like fun matches, but never like comedy orientated. I was always having fun in my matches. So I knew like getting the laughs and getting the giggles was like, it was going to be inevitable anyways. But when I broke my neck, I didn't adjust my style straight away. The first match I had after breaking my neck, we called it the broken neck grudge match. And I fought Fergal in a match where I took about 4 pile drivers, like brain busters and all that kind of crap, where I was like, yeah, I'm going to test my neck and I'm going to see if it'll work after that. If I'm walking after this match, then I'm going to be a serious wrestler. It was just a while after when I started really getting into comedy matches, where like after a while you smarten up and you're like, I need a new way to wrestle. I can't be coming off the top rope every 5 seconds. And I just kind of amped up the laughs and then started getting more into adjusting the match around the comedy rather than having fun while in a match. And now it's just full blown, I don't bump and I just tell jokes.
It's a beautiful career.
It's been keeping me going for 16 years.
It's how you want to work, really. Yeah. So next question, this is going to be a bit more serious, more topical.
Great. Wonderful.
CCW to Phoenix, one of the biggest max exoduses in Irish wrestling history.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Right, well, first of all, it's not like Phoenix Wrestling, like they're called Phoenix because they more or less rose out of the ashes of CCW. It's not like CCW and Phoenix were running at the same time and everybody defected or anything. It's just that it was
more of an all Japan Noah.
Yes,
deal.
yeah. So a lot of people weren't happy there, so they said, we're not going to work anymore. I'd already decided myself before I heard that anybody else was leaving that I wasn't going down there anymore. I wasn't prepared to travel from Kildare to Cork, which is like 3 hours, to not enjoy myself. If the only reason I was going down there was because I was charging ridiculous money, I kind of felt bad in myself as well. So I had, at that stage, said, I'm just not going to work there anymore. No hard feelings. And then I started hearing the rumblings that everybody was leaving CCW. So I said, oh, that's me off the hook. I don't even have to contact anyone and say like, listen, I don't want to work for your company anymore. I'll just keep out of it. And then when I found out that the guys were starting up a new company down there, I found out who was starting the company. I love the guys, super professional fellas. And when it came down to CCW, the way the promoter delegated everything, these guys were probably doing the lion's share of the work anyways. So I was like, yeah, I'm on board with this. It has to be better than what was there before. And that's not, I don't want to shit all over CCW, but the fact of the matter is, I just wasn't happy down there with the setup and the way things were promoted, and it just seemed very half-assed. And now Phoenix seems like they are putting enough effort in that it's an ass and a half. So, so I'm really enjoying my time in Phoenix, and I'm really hoping that it does well for Munster wrestling.
Yeah, perfect. One last question. Don't worry, it's a softball. Just gonna throw it at you.
yeah, but throwing some hard ones.
A little fun, light one.
Yeah, go for it.
So, any promotion, any title, even any time period, what belt would you like to have a run with?
Jesus. You said a lot.
This is the hard ball for you.
Yeah, because it's there's so many. I tell you, I don't have many aspirations now because you have to understand in yourself. You feel your own body, and you're kind of like, I probably couldn't. I can't really have a run in progress now.
Yeah,
and I feel my man boobs and be like, WXW probably don't want me with my man boobs. And then you kind of go, what promotion would have me, but also what promotion would I love to be a part of? And I can only honestly say that right now, the only other place outside of Ireland that I'd make an effort to go and wrestle for is Attack, because it looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
Attack here close, DDT far away. I just want to have a match where a giant robot comes out and I can slide under his legs and low blow him and hurt my foot.
You heard it. You heard it here first. Justy versus Mecha Mummy, the feud of the century.
Or that Andreas, the giant panda. Is that?
Yeah.
I'd love like a good 6 month run with him.
Good 6 month run. Tag champs.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, that could work. Yeah. I would. I've always said it. I seen Tracy Smothers wrestle a bear. I'm sorry, people out there in PETA. I want to wrestle a bear. If anyone out there has a bear, like even if we don't record it, I just want to wrestle a bear. They look super cool to work.
Like maybe just a cub. Like, so it's less threatening.
Like I don't want to have one that's like one that's been reared by people, and that it's like, because naturally they're wrestlers. They will they do takedowns. They go for that stuff. So like I want to wrestle, but I don't want one that's been like defanged. I love animals. I don't want one that like has been in a circus and beaten for all his life. One that had fun and that wants to have fun with me. If you're a bear who likes fun,
a bear that knows how to work.
But like you don't have to look, kid, I'll guide you through. I'll show you the ropes. If you're a bear and you're out there and you want to have some fun in a wrestling ring with Justy, they'll 5-5-5 Justy Bear Brawl. Is that
Justy Bear Brawl.
Justy Bear Brawl. Is that what you wanted?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we'll get the website.
I don't know whatever title, whatever, like if you're talking about championships, the human bear interspecies championship.
I ask about belts. you go on about wrestling bears. That's a Justy move. Yeah, that's a great way to close off.
You want to go left, I'll take you right.
All right, Justy, it's been great having you. Interesting as always. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a nice day.
Before you switch that off, it's at Justy_fishhook on Twitter, Justy_classic on Instagram.
Watch the Spandex Pantomime. Low Blows for Network.
Spandex Pantomime is my podcast. That's on the Low Blows Network. Check that out. I'm on OTT On Demand. And I'm also on the Low Blows Pivot Share. So like you get all those on-demand services, you'll find Justy. Okay, you can. Thanks for being a fan.